Hey guys, this is Krista from the Moratorium. Do you like grisly gore and mysteries? Of course you do. That is why I suggest you subscribe to my blog, Suspended Animation, Dormant Stories Waiting to be Told, where we at the Moratorium offer a number of lurid tales from axemen running around New Orleans to phantoms in Texarkana. And if you're feeling especially generous, head over to our Patreon, where for just a couple bucks a month, you can help the Moratorium grow. And that would be pretty kick-ass. And remember, long live VHS.
After watching most of David Cronenberg's movies, it may be necessary to consult a psychologist, or a psychiatrist, or possibly even both. Here at the Moratorium, our therapy is the Yarn Wall, a barrage of trivia and laughter and the thread to next week's movie. For the full effect of our madness, strap yourself in and bite down on a stick. Cue the music.
And in 3, 2, 1, I already forgot it.
You will be soon as big as a giant, or like all the others, dead.
You think I imagined all of it, don't you? You think I'm insane?
That's feng shui.
A match made in a bathroom. Just floating into the void.
All right.
Press record.
I don't have a lot to talk about on The Brood.
The only thing that I have to talk about is not the movie. It's just Oliver Reed. Did we mention that he was arrested for the naked run from pub to pub during the filming of this?
While he was at the pub, it was a bet that he made with some guy that he could make it back into like his hotel with just doing it naked. Had nothing about being arrested. He was just doing it naked.
Yeah. Right. Well, he's not daring him to get arrested.
No.
That would be you'd have to be very drunk to take on that bet. But not the first time he was arrested, not the last time he was arrested. So
wasn't he arrested like the night that he died, you know? It was like probably punching the dock.
I'm surprised they didn't give his body to science to study. Because the list of things that he drank the night he died is pretty impressive. It's not Cutty Sark or anything. It's like some, 100-year-old scotch.
It was like he was on a airplane ride with Wade Boggs or something, right?
Yeah. Is that the first time we've brought up Wade Boggs in this podcast?
No, we brought him up before.
Why do I think of Randall Tex Cobb when I think of Wade Boggs? I know they are not that similar. Well, I'm looking at him now. Yeah. I mean...
Was there a connection to Randall Tex Cobb? Because I thought we talked about him just briefly the other day.
Like he played him in a movie or something. Man. Spotlight on Randall Tex Cobb. That guy was in all of the movies. I loved his character in Raising Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
He had the fucking, scorpion knife on a chain, No. He just had throwing knives, but he also had a chain because Nicolas Cage was he had a 2x4 or something, and he just wrapped the chain around it and ripped it out of his hand.
Yeah. That's crazy. Randall Tex Cobb only has 33 credits as an actor.
Okay, so let's run him down without looking. He was in The Golden Child. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
He was in... That's all I got because he's always like he should have been in Roadhouse. But instead, it was The Wrestler,
He was in Diggstown. He was in Fletch Lives. He was in Blind Fury. Ernest Goes to Jail. Police Academy 4. Critical Condition. That's why we brought him up. Is because Critical Condition had Ruben Blades.
Not to be confused with Bad Medicine.
Right.
Probably same year.
Probably so.
I used to have an old VHS tape that had Volunteers and Bad Medicine on the same tape.
That was a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it was like my, third backup. I'm like, I guess I'll watch this crap again and fall asleep to it. You remember Volunteers, right?
Yeah.
I always forget what movie had the The chick with the like long fingernails and like the dagger in her hair and stuff. That's from Volunteers.
It's been 30 years. Easy.
Yeah.
Randall Tex Cobb was in a movie called Raw Nerve in 1991.
Ooh, okay. 91?
With Glenn Ford and Sandal Bergman.
Oh, that had to be Glenn Ford's last movie, right?
Probably.
He's quite old by that point.
A race car driver has visions of the victims of a serial killer before their demise and tries to get a skeptic police detective and an ambitious reporter to help him find the killer.
Did you say ambitious?
Ambitious.
What does that mean? You're not ambitious at all?
That means I have allergy problems.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
Thanks.
That also has Red from Roadhouse in it, the guy that owns the
Right. Wow.
general store or whatever. And Ted Pryor. Didn't we talk about Ted Pryor recently?
No, I don't recall that.
Holy shit, dude. Ted Pryor is the guy from Deadly Prey. Oh, he was in a movie with John Carradine that was so awful. Future Zone.
Okay.
He's like David Carradine's son from the future that comes back, but it's, oh, man.
I don't know this guy.
You know, he's just that lower tier, like the guy in Jim Cotta, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Lower tier action hero. He's also in Surf Nazis Must Die.
Yes, saw that. Mutant Species. I remember that box. I never saw the movie. I remember that box, though. There's Leo Rossi, Denise Crosby, and Powers Booth.
Oh, brother.
Oh, Wilfred Brimley.
What? It's like they're just ripping off two movies at the same time.
Yeah.
What was that one called?
Mutant Species, 1995. A rocket containing biohazardous material crashes in a remote wooded area. An army team is sent to recover it, but one infected man mutates into a monster. You know how that is.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
Leo Rossi is in that.
Yeah.
He's one of the Haddonfield guys that part 2.
I will be tripping over that here in a little bit.
We need to pick that up. Everybody keeps tripping.
I know.
Put it in a corner.
It's like put things back where they belong. I just keep throwing shit in the floor.
I know. Wilfred Brimley in that movie, his name is Devereaux. What do you think about that?
Devereaux. If it had an EAU, I think it would be better.
Devereaux. He's in like a he's like a Southern Belle.
Right.
Ooh.
Which that was what he was in Hard Target, right? Yeah, no, he was Uncle Duvet in Hard Target. Somebody just threw a sheet over him. Of course he was.
He's like Justin Wilson, practically. He lives in the bayou.
Yeah.
I think he's from New York or something. No, where is Wilfred? He's probably from like Montana or...
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah, that sounds right. He was born with that mustache. It's actually made out of skin.
It took him 14 hours to be born. I mean, it was just, he got caught.
Yeah, it's like Three Stooges when they try to walk through a doorway with a 2x4 or something.
Some funny shit.
Well, I'm glad you're laughing.
Let's get this show started. What do you say?
Okay, sure.
Hey, welcome to the Yarn Wall. I'm Tim. That's Jason.
Hi. We're going to be talking about some mutant species. That's what we're talking about, right?
We are tearing down all the mutants here. Would you call the kids in the brood, would you call them mutants? I mean, are they...
Yeah, I think that's probably safe to say.
Can we call all children mutants?
Mutants? Because... I don't know.
I will see what the legal ramifications of that is, so...
Please.
Get out of here, you little mutant.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'll use that.
All right.
So we're cleaning up a little bit of stuff from the brood, some placenta there on my desk. I need like a bucket of like scrub.
Is there a magic eraser around here somewhere?
Yes.
I need a magic eraser and a squeegee.
Well, if you let it dry, it hardens up, and it's like when you leave cereal in a bowl. It's like becomes hard.
So you have next week's movie picked out, eh?
Yeah.
You'll just tell us and we can get over with it and just
Sure.
go on with our day.
Well, I mean...
We're watching Mutant Species, right?
Oh, man, now we are. Hang on a second. You just talk for a little while. I'm going to get back to Mutant Species. You say species or species?
I say species, but I think just then I said species.
So you're just kind of
Yeah.
trying it out, seeing how it...
I don't like it.
Species.
I never enjoyed the movie Species. Okay.
Well, that is one of those movies where I feel like I need to go back and revisit.
Why? Just so you can watch some nudity?
Do you think that you have become... I mean, I know we're doing a podcast that like criticizes these movies, but do you feel like you're more critical now of movies instead of like being able to just sit back and let them wash over you?
Maybe.
Than you were when you were younger?
Maybe. I will talk about something in just a second that kind of goes over that same idea. But no, I think I'm enjoying these older movies more now, watching them and laughing at them than I did back
with a critical eye.
Yes.
You're enjoying them for ironic reasons now,
right?
When you wanted just pure entertainment before, and you're like, I'm not watching this piece of crap.
Yeah.
But there are things to enjoy in pieces of crap,
like peanuts, corn.
Yeah, corn, onions. I don't think you digest onions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, mine is very brief.
Okay, not like my 4-hour yarns. You've got
no.
pretty
I don't want to mess around with that.
Okay.
I try to get it over with as soon and as painlessly as possible.
Yes, like your bowel movements.
Plus, I feel like choosing them more organically than trying to find one.
Gotcha.
That just works out for me better. And I'm lazy.
Yeah. Well, I try to do a little bit of research, and I want to make sure that we'll be able to watch them for free.
That is something that I probably should. I think the movie that I want to watch has been re-released recently, and I know I've seen it on one of the streaming services.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me look it up real quick. Oh, Tubi to the rescue again, by the way.
All right, Tubi. Well, we talked about this last week, and I said that, I was watching The Brood on HBO Max's As You Were. Yes. And mine had commercials in it. And you were kind of like, really?
Yeah.
I had the $10 version of HBO Max. And you're paying the extra $5.
Yeah, I am.
For the HBO Max with Warner Brothers. So
right.
Let's just go into it now. Yes, I upgraded last night so I could watch Malignant. And why did I watch Malignant? Because
it's fucking badass.
You watched Malignant.
I loved it.
I enjoyed it.
I just think James Wan is so... I mean, every scene has just a bit of camera trickery. I mean, you know it is him immediately when you start watching a movie. It is just so slick. I mean, he just throws everything at you, Every trick he has learned, he is utilizing.
Except for maybe an original script.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think it's kind of ripping off on?
Basket Case.
Okay, so my wife and I had a discussion because she watched Basket Case with me a couple weeks ago when we watched it. And we were running down all of the kind of spoiler alert, like major spoiler alert.
All right. So fast forward about 10 minutes or 30 minutes.
Yeah. Let's time ourselves. I'll start a stopwatch. And in at least 10 minutes, we're going to talk about it for less than 10 minutes.
Okay. And if you've seen Malignant, so just hang tight and hear us just gush on about this film.
Right.
If you haven't seen it, go to 25 minutes into the podcast.
Yes. Right.
All right.
So she and I were discussing all of the movies lately. Body horror. We've been on body horror for just a little bit. Mm-hmm. You and I have, and she and I have just happened to watch movies like that recently, but not conjoined twins. No. Oh my God. We're going to get into like the medical, stuff. But in Malignant, they call it a teratoma, which is just a cyst that never is. Yeah, right. Yes, exactly. Cyst named Tara that has not been absorbed by the fetus before birth, right? Am I understanding that right?
So kind of still like the dark half.
Exactly like the dark half. In fact, you see that scene where the little pieces of the, what's his name in the dark half? It's not Hugh, is it? It's Thad. Tad or Thad.
Beaumont.
Right. Which, that's a hard name.
Beaumont or Tad?
Both of them together. That's a weird combo. Anyway, his cyst with teeth and hair famously blinks at the doctor when they're doing brain surgery. But he's older, right? Isn't he he's not a teenager, but he's like
I think he was like, what, kid. 8 or 10 or something like that, right? When he was having these massive migraines. Yeah.
Right. So there's that, which is exactly what is happening in Malignant. But then there's also like Basket Case, where they're kind of conjoined, at least they were.
But going and killing the doctors that were involved is just like Basket Case.
Right, exactly. It is ripping off Basket Case to a large degree. But I mean, with, millions of dollar budgets more, which is, that's a compelling story. But yeah, he is ripping off a little bit. But then there's also, we got into there's that X-Files with Vincent Schiavelli, where they're in the, is that the one with the Freak Show? Is that the one with,
so, yes.
What's the name of that in the 90s? We saw them. We went to see them. The Jim Rose Circus.
Well, okay, right.
They've got Enigma, the geek, right. and Jim Rose is a blockhead. That's what they're called. Anyway, but his guy was attached to him, but could also detach and run around like Belial and kill people.
Right. And that's what I thought was happening in this. That twist of them being like Voldemort.
Yes.
was pretty good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. And I love the way they made it look. I love the way they made him look.
And the John Wick style of fighting and killing.
Oh my God. So those super choreographed fight scenes, I was impressed. I liked the kind of video game look of that jail scene was pretty cool.
But
did you notice who that was with the
Zoe
mullet?
Bell?
Yes.
I looked at her, I'm like, could that be? No, that's like her mother.
Right. I just had to listen to her talk for I was like, oh, yep.
It has to be. Yes.
I wonder how much makeup she was in.
I don't know. It had to be a lot because I just looked her up and I was following some of her stuff to see what she looks like now. And no, she does not look like
she's beautiful. She's just
5 kids and done a lot of meth. Right?
Exactly.
She does not look like she was on the set for Monster.
No. I don't know if that girl with the afro is her friend, but she did not hesitate at all to jump in on a fight. Nope. They were all bored.
Just stomping. And I looked up that girl. She hasn't been in a whole lot. Her name's Shantae Lynette Johnson.
Okay.
And
she looked like Cleopatra Jones.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of throwbacks in this movie.
Oh, yeah. That dude loves doing vintage because he did The Conjuring, too. I better stop saying this. I need to look him up real quick. He's made some real, not stinkers, but just I did not enjoy. I remember a friend of ours being really excited when I didn't know he did Aquaman, but when he did Saw. He's done a million movies. He's directed a million movies.
He's got 17 movies in his directing credits, but it all came with Saw, Dead Silence, Death Sentence, Insidious, The Conjuring, Insidious Chapter 2. He directed Fast and Furious 7.
Right.
The Conjuring 2. Insidious Dark Realm is coming out like soon.
I love the Conjuring movies. I think
Really?
pound for pound, those are the most consistent horror movies. I don't know if that's what I mean or not, but you can count on them to be, when Conjuring 2 came out, I was like, oh, good. Got a good, solid horror movie to watch. Not going to be disappointed.
I mean, I love Patrick Wilson. I love Vera Farmiga.
Yeah.
I think they're great. So, yeah, I
Also,
would say I would enjoy them. Yeah. I enjoy
also
those.
love comparing them to the real Warrens.
Uh-huh. The real Warrens, were they not also depicted in like Amityville 3D?
Oh, sure. Yeah. But I have not seen the Insidious movies. I don't think I've sat through the first one. Definitely haven't seen the second one.
And I'm okay with it. It's just kind of to
It
me.
seemed a little silly, but when he is sharpening that kind of blade from the award, there's a real similar scene, I think, in Insidious where that demon thing is kind of...
Okay.
He's at like a whetstone or something, sharpening something. Anyway, so we were just kind of running down... We recently watched the Harry Potter movies, where Voldemort is the back of that guy's head. And then there is a season of American Horror Story. I think it's the Freak season.
Okay. Yeah.
With the Freak Show and stuff. Yeah. I can't remember that actor's name. He's so good he always shows up eventually in American Horror Story.
I really like that season too. I haven't seen it in so long. We are keeping up with this season, and so far it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty bleak. Wes Bentley is the guy I'm thinking of.
Right. Okay.
But
yes.
Oh yeah, he's the beautiful plastic bag guy from American Beauty. Remember that?
It's the most beautiful thing ever.
It's a fucking like Walmart sack.
Yeah.
With a fan pointed at it.
Yeah.
I guess if you're like on acid, it might be like cool to watch.
Love this channel.
What if there's a channel that was just trippy shit to look at while you're on?
It's called Nick at Night.
That's so true.
Anyway,
American Horror Story eventually starts getting into like gods and demons, and they're like real characters in the show. And Wes Bentley plays some, I'm sure it has a link to like mythology or something, but he's like he's kind of dressed like Gary Oldman in Dracula when he's like hanging out with, he's got like sunglasses on and shit. What I assume every steampunk guy kind of like wants to look like.
Yeah.
But he has a fucking dude on the back of his head that like does evil stuff. The other being, whatever it is always evil.
Yes.
The twin is always evil.
I did enjoy Malignant. I don't know what I expected. I just thought it was going to be more of a ghost story. I think it was having some identity disorder problems because it didn't know if it was a ghost story, an action flick, a slasher film. It kind of took a little bit from everything and kind of just mashed it together.
There's a little found footage part, and
it was fun. I did enjoy it. Now, I'm glad that it was Nicole Brianna White and not Wanda Sykes.
Right. But could have been sisters.
Right.
I mean, okay, so I'm glad you said that. Do you think that she is trying as hard as she can to sound like Wanda Sykes?
Maybe.
Because my wife did not say, she sounds like Wanda Sykes. She said, that's not Wanda Sykes. And she felt like, I think she was trying to like trick her, like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Pull a fast one on us.
Who do you think you are?
I liked her sister.
Yeah. I looked at all these characters. They don't have none of these people have a lot of history. They're little known actors.
No.
Which, I'm fine with. I like seeing some up and comers. And I did kind of have the tropes of the handsome, detective that everybody wants to get in bed with him.
That was pretty cheesy. I do like that he just fucking, that chase in another movie when he's running after the thing, that would have been like 1 minute and then like Johnny Utah just like shoots his gun up into the air or something.
Yeah.
That scene went on for like 2 or 3 minutes of that,
time.
them chasing them. I kind of enjoyed that. Although his choice to just like, he's like doing this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy, and he jumps off the cat thing. But onto I mean, what you're going to normally see is a guy just in some trash. He's being like cushioned by the trash, you know?
No, he's off the lid. Maybe he didn't realize the lid was closed.
Right. It's like, I've seen this in cartoons like a million times. Surely I'll be able to pull this off.
Yeah, that kind of hurt. But
yeah.
But no, there was some good stuff in it. I think this is one that I need to revisit again, though, to try to catch more, because the plot moved around a little bit. And as James Wan's going to do, I think, like you said, he's going to have that camera trickery and you're going to know.
Yeah.
But I think he's also going to hide different Easter egg shit within the movie. So it's
okay. So that's another thing that we were talking about last night, because you see the Silver Cup sign from, to me, most famously from Highlander.
Exactly.
But it shows up in a bunch of movies, you know, and the trivia for this, it was going to be called Silver Cup. This movie was just going to be called Silver Cup.
Okay.
I don't know why exactly. I don't know. That sounds like a placeholder name until they could come up with something.
Yeah,
but,
probably.
That felt planted there very purposefully.
Yes.
But it didn't really like pay off or anything.
No, it had really nothing except for the location.
But that makes me think that I've missed something from his movies that I was supposed to. That was a nod to something that I didn't get.
So you think these are all in like a Wan
shared universe?
Yes, that all of his movies are going to have some loose connections to each other. I buy that.
I think so.
And we're going to have to spend the next 20 to 30 days and 62 hours of podcast time to break it all down.
Right. What's next?
I don't know.
So that's really all except for fucking Zoe Bell. Her name is Scorpion in the movie. Yes. Which is like, when you see her, it's like, yeah, of course, her name's Scorpion. I love her. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I was about to say she's always kind of mean in her movies, but she does play the good guy most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's known to be for her stunt work, and mainly is probably because of, Zoe Bell did the stunts for Xena Warrior Princess. There's 66 episodes where she was a stunt double for Lucy Lawless.
Right. And then maybe Death Proof or Grindhouse was her first.
No, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 were after that.
Oh, she a character in that?
She was the stunt double for The Bride.
Right. But I mean, like, the first movie where she is playing a character herself. I think Death Proof is the first movie.
You're right. Death Proof and Planet Terror, Grindhouse, those were some of her first acting credits. Right.
Right.
She doesn't have a whole lot in her history of her trivia. There's not a lot to know about her. Zoe Bell's just a badass.
I mean, she is Xena.
Right.
Anytime you see Xena doing something actiony, she's...
actiony.
Okay. Can we just shut this down and say you should probably watch Malignant, because I also wanted to talk about a new movie that's coming out.
Okay. Well, let me make a connection to Malignant real quick, and then we'll circle back.
Okay.
Because in Malignant, the screenplay was written by Akilah Cooper.
Okay.
Who has only 13 writing credits, of course. Well, I mean, there was a few series. She was a story editor in Grimm, the TV series, The 100. She wrote one episode of American Horror Story. She wrote the screenplay for Hellfest.
For what?
Hellfest.
Okay.
Okay. So I just thought that was kind of cool. She is also working on the screenplay for The Nun Part 2, which is also in the Wan universe.
Right. Did he direct the first one?
Maybe.
I don't think he did.
You'll have to go back on that. but she has written a movie that's in post-production right now called Megan, which is M with a backward 3, Gan.
Oh, I hate when they do that. M3gan.
M3gan. And it reads, a robotics engineer at a toy company builds a real-life doll that begins to take on a life of its own.
I mean, I've never seen that.
No, ever.
That's totally original.
But come to think of that, you know, Chucky's going to have his own TV series here pretty quick. It's going to be coming out.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of interested in seeing that.
I don't know a lot about it. Is Jennifer Tilly in it? Because
I don't know.
That would be a major plus.
So, Megan, that is in post-production, was directed by Gerard John Stone, who just happened to be the writer-director for another movie you told me to watch, and I did, Housebound.
Oh my God. I loved that movie.
I did too. So, I am putting Housebound in the Goratorium for this week. Cue the music.
Okay.
I really enjoyed Housebound.
I mean, the actress did most of the work, don't you think?
I loved her. She was rude, crude, and tough as fucking nails.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about, like, you know, leading stunt woman like Zoe Bell, this girl kicks some ass too.
Oh, for sure.
Her name is Morgan O'Reilly.
Morgana.
Oh my God. Morgana.
It has an A at the end.
Princess Morgana.
Seeing her profile pic for IMDb, it is hard to... I mean, she looks nothing like that character.
Granted, this was 2014. This was 6-7 years ago since this came out.
Yeah. I had heard about it forever ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I've seen that cover forever ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm mad at myself that it took me so long to watch it.
Same
because
here.
We were laughing our asses off within like minutes of starting it.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, this feels like a comedy that had a little bit of horror in it. I mean, it's hard getting that mixture just right, like House or Evil Dead. But, man, they just got the mixture like perfect.
I really think so. The actors within it, her parole officer.
Yes. Yeah.
I really liked him. I enjoyed him.
Yes, for sure.
I always thought, looking at this box art for this movie, I thought, oh, it's a ghost story. It's going to be a cheap ghost story. And I don't know why I've always looked over it.
It looks like a comedy.
Yeah.
You know, if you're just looking at it and you're like, well, crap, it's not going to be that scary, which there were a couple of jump scares in it. Mm-hmm. And the kind of Black Christmas plot twist was pretty awesome when they dropped that on you.
Yeah.
Know? Which, I mean, you know, maybe you and I could see that like coming a mile away, but it still was fun when it happened.
I thought the action, the blood, the violence, all of it was just spot on.
It was made in New Zealand, and I felt like there was for sure a couple of nods to, you know, Peter Jackson's horror movies, because the mom straight up gets like blood sprayed in her face, and that has to be their most famous director, right?
Probably so.
Everybody wants to copy him.
I was pleasantly surprised. I've never seen a cheese grater used in that manner. Yes. And all I could say was, ow, fuck, and that was brilliant.
Yeah. That's not great. Did you get it? Great?
Yeah.
Tim?
Click.
Edit that out. Okay, she's in Inside, but it's not the one that I'm thinking of.
No, I tried to find some other stuff out on her. There's not a whole lot.
It's just a lot of New Zealand TV.
Yeah. She's in a new series called Mean Mums that I started watching. It's available on Amazon Prime.
Okay, cool.
And the first episode's about her taking her kid to school for the first time for, like, you know, kindergarten, and
Right.
I just watched the first 10 minutes of it or so, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be something I might watch with my wife just as, a nice little throwback while we're eating dinner or something,
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. Summer would probably love that.
Yeah. So I'll be checking that out. But she does look like a mom. So
yeah, she does. She's kind of given us some kind of Kate Winslet vibes.
So I looked at a lot of the actors within Housebound, and there's not a whole lot to go on because, this is New Zealand.
Yeah.
I got to say, I truly enjoyed it. I'm mad just like you that I hadn't seen it before.
I know. Her stepdad is pretty great. He just always has that look on that just like put upon look on his face.
I looked at David Van Horn, who plays her counterpart in the very opening scene in Housebound. So he's the one trying to break into the ATM.
Right.
Which I had to rewind it immediately after that. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
But it made me laugh.
Oh my God. I knew that I recognized that dude. Not spoiler alert, kind of spoiler alert. Is he the counselor? Well, I forget who he is in the movie.
What are you talking about? David Van Horn? Or are you talking about the
Cameron Rhodes. I can't remember. Is he a cop or...
No, he was like the counselor. He was...
That's the guy that she has to talk to as the terms of her parole.
I think so.
He is Farmer Maggot in Lord of the Rings. He's the one that the Nazgul dude stops by his house and...
Okay.
He just says, Packets.
But he also was in Deathgasm. Have you seen that?
I started it and have not finished it. Is that another one that I should just be ashamed?
Maybe. That's why I was curious. I had not seen it. It looks like it could be fun.
Are we even really doing our job properly?
I don't think so.
I feel like we should be reprimanded.
Yeah. Somebody come over here and spank me.
Write me up. I deserve it.
Step into my office because you're fucking fired.
Exactly.
Let's go ahead and close the door on Housebound and say everybody needs to go out and watch that.
Go watch it. Don't be an idiot like we were.
You'll kick yourself there saying, no, maybe another day.
You'll kick your own ass after you've realized
my ass.
how dumb you were.
So, like I said, I didn't have a lot to talk about following up on The Brood.
Put Robert A. Silverman in every movie that you make. Man. That guy is
that
dynamite.
I did want to talk about The Dead Zone for a minute, though.
Cool.
Because that was, that's...
Similar.
Yeah. And it has Nicholas Campbell. I looked at his career for a little bit. So that's how I kind of looked at The Dead Zone, was following Nicholas Campbell around.
Right.
Nicholas Campbell has 172 credits.
He was perfect as the kind of second in command of that institute, whatever the hell you want to call what he was doing. The cult. Yeah.
Yes.
He's just got that dead look. And I mean, he's a real Brad Dourif kind of when he's in a scene, you're like, oh, what's this guy going to do? Because he's looking weird.
Obviously the evil one.
Exactly.
Which it says here in his trademarks on IMDb that his trademarks are blue eyes and usually has messy hair.
I saw that too. I was like, what would it be like to be known as the guy with messy hair? I mean, you could say that that's a big club, especially in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I mean,
what do they say about Christopher Walken?
Oh my God. It's wild that he has settled on that kind of fright wig. Not a fright wig, but he is in a movie that's a lot like Let's Get Harry or something like that, where it's a team of a guy assembles a team to go back to Vietnam to rescue guys.
I think it was Panama or something like that.
It's called McBain.
McBain, that's correct. Does that have Ruben Blades in it? It seems like it should.
If it doesn't, that was a major oversight. Let me see.
It does not.
Are you sure? Man, you're quick on that. You were already looking at it, weren't you?
I was.
But anyway, all I was going to say about his hair is that he settled on that kind of military, his hair in Pulp Fiction is not real dissimilar from the way it looks now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or that it did 20 years ago.
Right. I guess he is kind of known. Okay. Anyway, let's stop talking about Christopher Walken's hair.
We'll save that for its own podcast.
Just know that we could talk about it for another hour, but that's not what we're trying to do here.
Looking at the Dead Zone made me want to look at Brooke Adams, of course.
Sure.
So I looked at her for a little bit, and Brooke Adams has a handful of stuff. Information you may not know, Brooke Adams is married to Tony Shalhoub.
Interesting.
Did not know that. Yeah, since 1992.
Wow. Okay.
And she was also in several episodes of Monk, of course, with him. But yeah, they met on the set of something and went on to fall in love. So
interesting.
Brooke Adams was also a special guest star in a commercial for The Stuff. 1985.
What? Why?
I think that's great. I want to watch that.
No.
If we're talking about body horror films, and maybe kind of want to look into more body horror stuff, but I didn't go that deep.
Well, she was in Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That is, that's for sure body horror.
For sure, body horror. I love the 1978 version of Body Snatchers.
Absolutely.
Philip Kaufman directed Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and he wrote Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh my God.
Unbearable Lightness of Being. Yeah,
Oh.
He wrote The Right Stuff.
Wow.
The movie, The Right Stuff.
Oh, I see. Not the one about the space yogurt or whatever. Or I guess it wasn't space yogurt. It was, what do you call, it was an environmental kind of monster.
So would you put the Blob in with environmental?
Well, the Blob came from outer
space.
I don't know if I know this from the movie, or which I watched not too long ago, or if it's from like the original story. But it does come from space. They somehow
talking about The Stuff?
No, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Right. I think they said something. They like came down in like an acid rain type thing. I don't know.
Yes.
That we really need to get into that. I didn't realize that was an actual novel. The Body Snatchers. Yeah,
that's why I'm thinking. I think I read it.
Somebody correct us. Somebody come over here and kick my ass for not knowing this.
That's exactly what we need right now.
It's a good ass kicking. But looking at Brooke Adams, I mean, she had some interesting stuff. I noticed that a lot of things that she was in, actually Danny Aiello kind of pops up in. It's really kind of strange.
Interesting.
Yeah. But she was in a TV movie called Who is the Black Dahlia from 1975. So a TV movie called The Song of the Succubus, which sounded better than it actually is. The ghost of a Victorian-era musician haunts a modern-day rock star in this modest TV movie. Way to sell it.
Yeah. It's modest? It sounds exciting.
But Brooke Adams is next to George Gaines in this. He opposite him, who played Commandant Lassard in Police Academy.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you. Did you see that, not Lassard, but the other, the guy that is in the later ones? I don't even know if Mahoney is in the ones where he is, what's his name? G.W. Bailey?
Right.
G.W.?
Yeah.
He took his, oh, brother, don't make me look up Police Academy on IMDb, but curse my search results. The other guy that they like permed his hair. Hang on a second. I got to get his name right.
You talking about the guy that was with G.W. Bailey, his kind of second
Not
hand?
with him. he kind of took over that role. He's not the same person, but when G.W. Bailey didn't come back for like part 4 or 5 or something, he's the bad guy.
Okay.
But I just want to get his name. I guess it's part 5. Jesus
As the
Christ.
podcast stalls out.
Oh, I mean, how many hours of your life do you think you've spent watching Police Academy movies?
Too many. Too many.
Would you say several?
Several lifetimes. Yes.
Yeah, Matt McCoy is the guy that kind of started being Renee Auberjonois in the 5th. I don't know what to tell you guys.
So Deborah Lee Scott was also in Police Academy, who played, she was Rosalie Hotsy Totsy in Welcome Back, Kotter.
All right.
You'll see her face.
Now
and you'll
we're
be
talking.
like, oh, I know who she is.
I think I already know who she is, but
yeah.
Which one? Which Police Academy?
She was in the first and
in the first one. Okay.
third one. 1 and 3. So, yeah.
Can we just turn this into a Welcome Back Kotter podcast?
Remember 10 minutes ago when we said we weren't going to talk about Police Academy?
Yeah, I know. Yes. Okay, yes. I love her.
So Brooke Adams, she was in Shockwaves, 1977.
Okay. Is that the one with like the zombie with sunglasses on the front of it?
Yes.
I don't know. Have you seen that?
No.
So that's the movie we're doing? No,
maybe.
I've already picked one out.
It has Peter Cushing, John Carradine.
Oh my God. So does my movie.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that weird? Ain't that something?
Peter Cushing or John Carradine or both?
Peter Cushing, no John Carradine. Okay. Oh my God. Right. That'd be fucking great. Okay, Shockwaves.
All right. So I'm not going to look at that anymore just so I can keep it a surprise when you tell me what next week's movie is.
I love it that the zombie on the front has a boat in his hands. Is that a toy boat? Is that a little kid that's just kind of mummified?
Toy boat. That's it. So Brooke Adams was also in Man on Fire.
Okay.
Okay. And this is a Scott Glenn movie that sounds like another movie. It reads, a former CIA agent, John Creasy, is hired as a bodyguard. John Creasy.
That's the guy from Karate Kid.
Yeah, John Creasy. I know. John Creasy.
Okay.
Is hired as a bodyguard for a girl in Italy who becomes a daughter he never had.
Okay. I thought you put a period on the end of that sentence. Becomes a daughter.
Yeah, that he never had. When she's abducted, Creasy's fiery rage is unleashed. Despite being badly wounded, embarks on a bloody revenge spree.
I thought you said and barks, like he barks like a dog.
You're right. And barks.
Crease in Karate Kid is Kreese.
Okay. This is Creasy.
Oh, okay. Like it is a crease, like in your pants.
Right. Or his face, because they're talking about Scott Glenn here.
Oh, man. They said don't fold, spindle, or mutilate, and they did. They did all 3 of them. How do you do that? How do how do people like that? Who do we got so far? Stephen McGatty, Mick Hattie, Lance Henriksen.
Right. Same person, maybe.
Separated at birth, you decide. Yes. Scott Glenn.
Uh-huh.
I want a crease in my face.
We need a lot of irons for these guys. We need to just smooth those out.
Spray starch.
Man on Fire also has Joe Pesci.
Joey the Fish.
Danny Aiello.
Danny the
Fish.
Danny the Fish.
Jonathan Pryce. I thought I knew him.
Yeah, he's from...
And I may. Oh, he was High Sparrow in Game of Thrones. That's why. That's why I know his face. Yeah.
I know him from Brazil and what's the one with Whoopi Goldberg? Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Oh. It's a gas.
When I tell you I've seen Jumpin' Jack Flash 1,000 times.
Uh-huh. Her fake typing on that keyboard. At least she was enunciating what she was typing.
How did she type with all those scarves? She had like a million scarves on her.
When she finally figured out, I mean, that whole B flat
Oh my God.
that she was trying to figure out with Jumpin' Jack Flash song. Yeah. I have seen that too many times as well.
See, I just said I've seen it a million times, and you know way more about it. I did not remember any of that stuff.
Well, B flat was the code that she needed to unlock where, dog needs umbrella.
Oh my God. I forgot that was like
a movie.
Now, hold on a second. If that was in 96, are they doing that on computers?
That was 86.
What did I just say, 96?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, 86. Sorry. I was looking right at it.
When Jumping Jack Flash actually reads an American computer whiz who works at the New York bank is suddenly thrust into the world of international espionage after she inadvertently receives a coded message from a British spy.
A message?
A message. I got British there for a second.
Oh, man. This has a ton of people in it. Carol Kane, Annie Potts, John Wood, who I know from Lady Hawk. He's the evil archbishop or whatever.
Phil Hartman, John Lovett.
Holy shit.
Right.
Anyway.
And directed by Penny Marshall.
Yeah, right. Why are we talking about Jumpin' Jack Flash? I've totally lost the thread of what we were even doing.
I'm not sure how I got to them, so I might just jump right into my deep dive.
Sure. Knock yourself out.
Hold on. Maybe it's connected to the Dead Zone.
It'd be great if it was.
And it was. The stunt coordinator for the Dead Zone was Dick Warlock. And I want to spend some time talking about Dick Warlock.
Let's talk about Dick.
If our podcast was named Let's Talk About Dick, we would probably be millionaires by now, right?
I'm sure there are several.
Dick Warlock, he has done the stunts for every movie.
Yep.
Okay? He's a stunt coordinator or you name it. 213 credits in the stunt department. And in his trivia, he was Kurt Russell's stunt double for over 25 years.
Man. Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of him right now dressed as Snake Plissken.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
But if you realize how long ago he started doing the stunts for Kurt Russell, we're talking about Walt Disney era.
Yeah, for sure.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, right.
That's when he was doing the stunts for.
Wow. So I wonder, how old were they when they started? I mean, okay, let's do some math.
Yeah.
I need to know if he is like, Kurt Russell's like, I'm not putting on sneakers and getting inside that computer. Make Dick do it. Make this kid do it.
How about 1975, The Strongest Man in the World?
Okay, that's his first movie, right?
For Kurt Russell, no.
Oh, I guess no. He was in black and white movies, for Christ's sake, or at least TV shows.
So 1975, and I remember this movie. I mean, it's rated G. Dexter Riley and his friends accidentally discover a new chemical mixed with cereal seems to give anyone temporary superhuman strength.
Man, that was like every damn movie for late 70s, early 80s,
I buy it. He did the stunts for The Illustrated Man, which we've talked about in depth.
Because
with Rod Steiger.
Yes.
Yes.
That.
Another loathsome individual.
Or greatest actor ever.
There's a fine line.
Yes.
If you look, he got tied up into, there it is. That's what you're talking about. The computer that wore tennis shoes.
That's
1969.
God, that's the one that I have seen the most.
Really?
I mean, of his like Disney movies.
Awesome. But yes, Dick Warlock did the stunts for that as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of stunts being done in Disney films back in the day.
Yeah. when there were no laws against that type of thing. Well, then, so since he was a teenager, I mean, I would assume he was in Then Came Bronson.
Yes. Dick Warlock was born in 1940, so that was 69. He was 29 during that.
Wow.
But his credit history goes on and on. It's unbelievable. If you look, we just brought it up, The Ultimate Warrior.
Wow, really?
The Apple Dumpling Gang.
Oh, man. I feel like I've seen that,
so many
too.
stunts. Escape from Witch Mountain.
Yes.
He was the stunt double for Richard Dreyfuss in Jaws.
What?
Yeah.
I've never known that.
Family Plot, 1976. That was Alfred Hitchcock movie, Family Plot.
Oh,
with
okay.
Karen Black and Bruce Dern. Yeah.
Oh, I've never...
I need to go back and see that.
Watch that. Sounds great.
Elizabeth Brooks, who plays... she's the female love werewolf in The Howling.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. We've talked
with
about
John Carradine.
Yeah. Oh, is that where we're going?
I think he's got a hat. I think he's got one of those hats on in that movie, too.
Right.
I know you can cut this out, but Karen Black always looks like she's looking at something on the tip of her nose. Is that fair to say?
That's fine. I'm good with that. 1976 Embryo. And I feel like we should see this. It's Rock Hudson and Barbara Carrera, Diane Ladd, Roddy McDowell. I'm like, Joyce Brothers is in there too. Damn it, Joyce Brothers.
It's a TV movie, possibly.
It's just PG from 1976. A scientist doing experiments on a human fetus discovers a method to accelerate the fetus into a mature adult in just a few days. However, the adult fetus turns into a homicidal psycho and looks for a new formula to prevent her from aging further. We brought this up recently because we were like, wait a minute, it's a girl.
Right.
Yeah, you remember it.
Yep. Very interesting. Dealing with some real kind of controversial subjects. It's PG.
Dick Warlock did the stunts for The Cat from Outer Space. I think that was for the cat.
Oh, yeah. Stunt coordinator for Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo. What are utility stunts in silent movie?
Utility stunts.
I love that movie, by the way.
How about HOTS? HOTS?
I remember that very well. I want to see a picture of Dick Warlock with, like, short shorts and huge fake breasts and a wig. I've seen this movie, I don't know, 100 times, 200 times. It was on HBO a lot. I do not recognize any of the girls.
No, I looked at too. And that's it was a college exploitation film.
Yeah.
So yet another subgenre of exploitation. So we have nunsploitation, Nazi exploitation.
Cheerleader exploitation.
I think nunsploitation's my favorite.
Oh, absolutely.
How about stunts for When a Stranger Calls?
Cool.
1941. Oh, how about Midnight Madness?
Nice. Man, we've got to do that.
The Nude Bomb.
He, of course, was Eddie Deazen's.
Right. Famously, Eddie Deazen's stunt double.
Yep. He lost 30 pounds, became a nerd.
He was a stunt double for Kurt Russell in Used Cars, of course. Escape from New York.
Of course.
Stunt coordinator in Halloween 2. He did the stunts for a movie called The Biscuit Eater.
Oh, boy.
I just had to bring it up. 1972. It was a famous book, actually. It's about a dog.
Oh, okay.
But I had to click on it. I was like, what the shit is this?
Yeah. Oh, Ghost Story. Yeah, the magical world of Disney. It's always weird when they talk about Kurt Russell. They always like put in the fact that he is a Disney trained actor. And I'm not exactly sure what that means.
He did so many Disney films back then.
A ton of them. I mean, I guess that's just meant that he was under contract to them for
Maybe
30 movies.
And
I guess I was trying to say, well, no, he did Escape from New York too. So that was the first like John Carpenter collab.
The Thing,
Beastmaster, Halloween 3, which Scarecrow and Mrs. King. He actually was the Scarecrow and Mrs. King. Which a lot of people don't know.
That's what you came here for, guys.
Yep. Yeah, The Dead Zone. He played the baby that Martin Sheen holds up at the very end. Is Angel the one with...
Yeah, Angel is the one with Susan Tyrell, Donna Wilkes. That's what we were talking about.
Yes.
Donna Wilkes. Yeah.
Got to get my eyes on that.
Christine, Silkwood.
Yeah, I forgot that Kurt Russell is her boyfriend in that, or her husband.
I did too. And go right ahead. You know you want to say,
yes.
And you're welcome, Jason.
He did the stunts for the Hostages episode of The Master. Would it be a moratorium if we didn't bring up The Master at least once?
That's why I brought us here.
Also with Lee Van Cleef. I think this is the one where David McCallum is it's weird. He's leading these terrorists. Jennifer Runyon, the girl from Up the Creek, I think.
Right. Yeah.
She is the daughter of some type of diplomat, and David McCallum has been paid by this terrorist group to help them kidnap Jennifer Runyon's dad.
Awesome.
But it is 70s TV gold right here. It's got Timothy Van Patten, Monty Markham, who was in fucking everything back in the day.
I don't know his name.
Yeah.
Marky Markham.
You'd know him if you saw it. I mean, he's got an older picture here, but you'd know him if you saw him. Sho Kosugi, of course. George Lazenby, the first Bond, plays like a British. He's kind of playing like a more boring James Bond. Randy Brooks is the actual like leader of the terrorists, and you might know her from Terror Vision.
Terror Vision.
She's Sherry,
the man with two brains.
Oh my god, that scene where she opens. She is amazing in that movie, and you see her boobies.
In the boobies.
Anyway, so we're doing Up the Creek. Wait a minute.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, I got a little caught up there.
You know, every time we bring up the Creek, the theme song goes in my head.
Yes.
You know, it's just,
that should be, we should play that. We should play 29 seconds of that in every episode.
All right. So Dick Warlock also did the stunts in Firestarter.
Yep.
He was the stunt double for Craig Wasson in Body Double.
Okay. He's just, what did Craig Wasson do? He got beat up, probably.
Yeah, probably. Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. He did the stunts in that.
He's listed as being in Terror in the Isles. I think it's because they show a scene from The Thing or something.
Okay, so it could be a number of things. We should just watch Terror in the Isles.
I know. I think I remember it's actually... I think it's the scene at the very end where where the like pallet walkway in that big store, wherever they are. Oh no, they're in the lair underneath the shed. And he kind of like has to jump off of that because he's like, the alien is like making him look like piano keys in a cartoon. Kind of.
Sure. If you look here, he did the stunts for Fletch.
Yep. Better Off Dead. Which,
if you think about, that made me think of the same stunt from Malignant.
Yeah, so he jumps off
John
of
Cusack jumping off the bridge.
Throwing away a perfectly good white boy.
You stole my line.
I'm sorry.
He did the stunts in Commando.
As Richard Warlock. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of the jokes. I do have an enormous penis. I get it. But
beside the point.
I want to be known as that. I want to be respected.
Which, there were a lot of stunts in Commando, but there were also a lot of mannequins being thrown around.
Sure, yes. For that split second before something blows up. You're like standing perfectly still.
And a lot of like miniature trampolines where guys are just flipping over themselves.
Sure.
Yes.
That guy said "whee" when he jumped over that. Why?
How about The Best of Times, again with Kurt Russell?
I remember thinking when that came on, like, oh my God, Kurt Russell and Robin Williams. This is of course I'm going to love this. And then it ends up being kind of depressing and not at all funny.
I still love the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I would watch Used Cars a million times before I would watch The Best of Times. But then maybe I'm not going to lie, I don't remember it real well. I think what I meant was like, you expect Robin Williams to be fucking Mork or something, and then he's just kind of a depressed middle-aged guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which actually, just to walk it back, yes, Dick Warlock did the stunts in Used Cars. So
right. Somebody had to get hit by a car, probably. I don't remember what happens to Kurt Russell in that. He probably gets hit by a car, right?
Maybe. I watched it recently, and I don't know that there were a lot of stunts in it. But
before you go too far, Lady Blue, I just had to look it up because it was there in between all of those.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was. That's why I skipped it.
I have zero recollection of that.
But do you see it has Danny Aiello?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lieutenant Terry.
Huh.
It's like, quit laughing at my name.
BB Besh was in one episode. BB Besh being the mother in...
Not Contamination.
No, The Beast Within.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Beast Within with Ronnie Cox, which I tripped over him earlier, too.
Yeah. She let Ronnie Cox lay on top of her at night. Ew.
Yeah.
And the guy that played Steve in Night of the Creeps was in it. I don't know.
Manhunter, 1986.
Yeah.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Wonder if he jumped through the window in that last scene. Was that Dick Warlock, I wonder?
I wonder how many windows he's actually jumped through.
It just on his resume, it just says defenestration, 8,500 times.
How about Spaceballs, Inner Space, Running Man?
Other things with space and
Pumpkinhead, Alien Nation, The Deadpool.
Oh, man.
Winter People. That was also a Kurt Russell film. Do you know that? Do you know that movie at all?
I do not.
In 1930s Appalachia,
I remember
widowed
this.
city clockmaker falls in love with an unwed mother. Oh, sorry. Oh, man, I just dozed off there.
Yeah, mid-sentence.
Kelly McGillis and Lloyd Bridges in it.
Oh, my God. Kelly McGillis was like a sex goddess back then. Hard to see now, but it's all gauzy, and Kurt gets some pretty cool hats. I don't know. It's not a total loss. It does look like a made-for-TV movie.
It does. Tequila Sunrise. What's The Chair? Is that the wheelchair thing? No, it's a...
Oh, I thought it was... Oh, no, I'm thinking of Eric Roberts' Sex Chair from Star 80.
Oh, no. This is The Chair, 1988. A psychologist, a psychiatrist, and a prison warden.
Walk into
Sounds
a bar.
like an opening to a joke. Yes.
Can you tell me off the top of your head, what is the difference between a psychiatrist and a psychologist?
One can prescribe drugs.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Which one? I'm not positive.
Oh, I need one or the other.
A psychologist, a psychiatrist, and a prison warden open up a long-closed prison, unaware of the ghost of an electrocuted convict haunts it. Sounds really familiar, doesn't it?
Sounds very familiar.
James Coco.
I love him. He's in Murder by Death, and he is absolutely awesome.
He is one of the psychiatrists or psychologists. So,
what's the name of this movie?
The Chair.
The Chair.
1988.
Oh, okay. So it's like like the chair that you would sit in while you're being like psychoanalyzed or something?
Yeah. No, electrocuted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you said
the covers looks like a direct ripoff from Prison as well, except it's not
I can't even.
The man that you won't let me talk about anymore.
Good. Oh, even the cover looks like Shocker.
Oh, yeah. Shocker's close, too. I was definitely thinking of Prison, though, when I saw this.
Well, I think
all
we've done all we can.
I think so. I just want to say, hey, Dick Warlock, thank you.
One of the good
thank you
dead ones. Wait, is Dick Warlock still with us?
No, he's still with us.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
He was born in 1940, so he did 28 Days, which was Sandra Bullock. He was a stunt double for Sandra Bullock.
Bullock.
Which also has Viggo Mortensen in it, who was in, Prison. I'm sorry.
Viggo.
Dude, I don't know that I've ever seen 28 Days, which is fine. It's just about Sandra Bullock being drunk, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I never saw it. I like Sandra Bullock, but I never saw that.
But that has Steve Buscemi, Elizabeth Perkins, Alan Tudyk.
Man, Alan Tudyk.
Oh, Alan Tudyk is a national treasure.
Him and Dick Warlock should get together and talk about their dicks.
That's right.
Hey, I got 2 dicks. It's like a funny name group that they're in, where they just it's like a therapy.
So, all right. Dick Warlock, thank you very much for making Kurt Russell look even more of a badass than he already is.
Man, I'd like to see some stats on him, like some Evel Knievel stats, like how many bones has he broken, how many concussions has he had, or is he just such a good stuntman that
he's always landed on the pad?
Man, that'd be great if there was a documentary about him, so we could like see like the actual stunts that he's done throughout the years. I'd watch that forever.
Somebody, please make that documentary.
What do we think the name for the documentary would be?
One
Good Dick.
Hard Dick.
Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. That's my dick. Guess that would be like Kurt Russell would say that.
There is a dickwarlock.com, by the way, so you could always look at all your favorite Dick Warlock stuff at dickwarlock.com.
Did you make that up, or is that a thing?
That's a thing. I am on Dick Warlock right now.
Okay. That picture of them laughing in Escape from New York, he literally is like all of the same measurements. They are exactly the same height. Their bodies, they look identical. It's crazy.
I'll always love Halloween 2. I know we have totally disregarded it with the new Halloween movies, and I'm fine with it, but I will always love Halloween 2.
But now wait a minute. Halloween 2, is it not canon?
Not anymore.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Because it had the sister aspect.
I see.
And Halloween 2018, they disregarded it with one line from like the granddaughter of Laurie Strode, which said, no, somebody made all that shit up or something. And that's bam. They've just closed the door on it.
I do have a Halloween like canon cheat sheet that's just all the main. I obviously don't look at it because I love part 2. I know it's silly, but
I love it.
Oh my God. I did not realize it does say stunts for Halloween 3, but you actually see Dick Warlock's face in Halloween 3. I think he's one of the
sweet.
He's one of the like Irish, they look like Secret Service guys that are just kind of around the toy factory.
Cool.
Anyway.
I'm so mad for not picking up that NECA 3 set from Halloween 3.
Was it a little kid?
Yeah, there were 3 of them. It had all 3 kids wearing all the masks.
Yeah.
Which I think they're bringing back those masks. They are for Halloween. It's coming out in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and tell some spoilers right now. Jason, I know you're going to be taking a few weeks off pretty soon here from the podcast because
taking a little break
of something very important.
Important delivery. It ain't from Amazon.
But Krista is going to be coming on the show.
Oh, great.
And we are going to, I think we're going to be tossing around just a bunch of different movies and just getting you prepped for Halloween. So
Gotcha.
we will not be doing a Halloween marathon like we did last year, but I think Krista's going to come on and we're going to talk about all the above. And Krista is probably the biggest Halloween fanatic out there anyway. So
what's the date for that? When does that drop? The movie?
The 15th, I believe.
Okay.
So 1 month away from when we're recording right now. So,
and I think it's going to be released simultaneously on
Peacock.
Yeah, right. So everybody can get Peacock for a free week and then delete it immediately.
All right. Well, that kind of wraps up what I got. Jason, you ready to take us down this yarn?
I'm ready. It's not going to take very long.
Okay. We're going to watch Krull, huh?
Yes. It's got Hagrid in it.
Oh, right.
That's it.
He was also in, Nuns on the Run, wasn't it?
Yes. With Eric Idle. That is actually a pretty funny movie.
Is it? Because I've watched it once and have vowed never to ever watch it again.
Would you? I guess that's not exactly nunsploitation, is it?
Sure, you can say
Sister
it is.
Act. You don't see Whoopi Goldberg's boobs at any point, do you?
And I thank you.
I mean, let's not speak too soon. I mean, boobs are boobs, right?
Well, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I was going to talk about Howard Shore for a bit, but we'll save that for another time. Howard Shore's music is
ubiquitous
awesome.
With horror
and a little bit of trivia I may not have mentioned from the behind the scenes or the documentaries and shit that I will be posting up on our YouTube page for David Cronenberg. Howard Shore, he did the music for The Brood, and that was his second music credit.
Oh, wow, really? I thought he had been around for a while.
Yeah, you would think so, but no, that's how they kind of got him, I guess, on the cheap because he wasn't well known. Now he is megastar.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, he's there with John Williams, and
he did all of the Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah.
And
oh
the
my
Lord
God.
Of the Rings trilogy.
Is there a better score for a movie than the fucking Lord of the Rings?
I don't think so.
Pretty awesome. I listened to a Lord of the Rings podcast that plays a metal version of the
awesome.
Just regular theme.
Okay. Does it come off sounding like Death Clock?
Yeah, kind of. It sounds like it's that squealy kind of 80s, like Wild Stallions kind of.
Right.
Well, I shouldn't say that. It's more like, it's for sure like speed metal. Do I really know what I'm talking about?
No, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah. I want to hear the metal version of the like Heroes theme from those movies, though, because it's a little more, kind of intense. Anyway. Hey, can we take one more break?
One more break?
Yes. I have been chugging coffee and water at the same time.
I know. And every time I can tell you're getting ready to ask, I keep putting you off.
I know. And now, never mind.
Hey, freaksters and freakettes. It's Tim from the Moratorium. Do you like the sweet sounds of our witty banter in your ears every week? Well, head on over to our Patreon, and for only $3 a month, you can get even more. In the director's cuts of our movie episodes. On average, that's 20 minutes more of our wisecracking, jive-talking, and lip-flapping laughter straight to your ear holes. Go to themoratorium.com and click on our Patreon link, and you'll find 5 awesome tiers with tons of goodies. You can also find our Teespring link on the website for even more awesome merch. Thank you for your support. Now on with the show. I had a whole list of notes for today's show of a trail that I went down before we started the podcast.
Okay.
I have hit 0 points on that list.
None of your bullet points have been addressed.
Exactly.
I feel like that's probably my fault.
I can blame it on you.
We noodled around on Police Academy for several minutes.
Let me talk about this real quick, and I'll go through it really quick.
Okay.
I just thought it was kind of interesting. Roger Corman was listed as distribution producer on The Brood.
Okay.
Because, well, we knew that David Cronenberg, when he was having trouble trying to get his movies made, he did go to L.A. and was trying to
shop it around,
get things made. Yeah. And I think he went to talk to Roger Corman. And so I think they made kind of a connection there, and then maybe they kept their relationship going. So,
yeah.
For the makeup department, we did not talk about the makeup department for The Brood. Jack Young is in the makeup department. Okay. And Jack Young's been around for a little bit. He was in the makeup department for Apocalypse Now.
Oh, okay.
Walking Tall, Wizard of Oz. Okay, so he's been around for a long time. Doesn't have a whole lot of stuff. The Cyclops, 1957. Which sounded pretty interesting, right?
Yeah.
Lon Chaney Jr. I don't remember seeing that, but the picture of the Cyclops is pretty terrifying. I would love to have a
that poster is pretty
action
badass.
Figure.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Bird Eye Gordon movie, so it's like for sure like camera tricks and like the those like projected,
because he did the Food of the Gods, Empire of the Ant. Yeah.
Anything with a giant insect or animal, and that was his shtick.
Awesome. That'll take you down a little bit. Well, I looked at Skullduggery, 1970.
Oh my God. I need to look at that. So that's on his special effects credit for...
Yes. And Skullduggery reads, "The missing link is found on a safari in New Guinea. Is it human or animal?" Dun, dun, dun.
Well, which is it?
It actually says dun, dun, dun. So that has Burt Reynolds.
The mom from Webster. Okay.
Susan Clark. Yes. And I was like, oh my God.
Susan Clark in Webster had Christopher Walken's hair from the Dead Zone, so it all comes back around.
I have not seen this. 1970 Skullduggery.
It does not look good. I'll just go ahead and say. It looks awful. No. There is a movie from back in the day, probably 70s movie, that I thought it was called this, but it was Pirates, you know? And I remember seeing like the laser disc for it, and I always wanted to see it. But that is neither here nor there.
He did the makeup effects for Ben. You remember Ben about the rat?
Mm-hmm. The Michael Jackson song? I
did not realize that Ben was that old, 1972. And it talks about, it kind of being a direct ripoff of Willard.
I thought they were sequels or something. I thought they were connected somehow.
Are they? Willard was 1971. I didn't realize that was so damn old.
I have not seen either one of those in, oh my God, not Fred Willard. R.I.P.
Willard, 1971, was based on the book Ratman's Notebooks by Stephen Gilbert. This sequel only uses the character Ben the Rat as a news story and original screenplay. Yeah. Oh my God, I did not realize that they were sequels.
Yeah. Huh. That Willard has a ton of people in it. Bruce Davison, the guy that melts in that X-Men movie. Elsa Lanchester, who was the Bride of Frankenstein. Sandra Locke, who was Clint Eastwood's wife.
Oh, it's crazy.
Ernest Borgnine's giant face.
I feel like a complete moron.
Well,
although it says here in the trivia for Ben that Donny Osmond was offered to do the song for Ben, and it was given to Michael Jackson after that. Meredith Baxter is in Ben, right? Before she was a Bernie.
Yep. I guess pre-Bernie.
Jack Young also did I had to look this up, man. He did the special effects makeup for Shanks.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, this Shanks sounds interesting. A mute puppeteer.
Oh, boy.
Uses a deceased scientist's invention to control dead bodies like puppets.
Don't care for it.
Starring Marcel Marceau.
Nope. No, thank you.
I was like, oh my God. Don Calfa's in there too, by the way.
If someone handed that to me on a plate, I would just gently but firmly push it away from me and say, no. No, I do not. I will not.
You would say shanks, but no shanks.
Oh, brother.
Oh.
You did it. You finally did it. You broke the podcast.
I ruined the podcast.
Just need a toilet flushing after that.
The last thing that Jack Young did makeup for was used cars.
Am I like forgetting a huge like action sequence that happens in that movie?
I guess. Or maybe we need to see it again.
I just don't remember.
He did the makeup and prosthetic makeup for The Evil 1978. I keep bringing this up.
Is that like Boris Karloff or?
No, it was Richard Crenna.
Oh, I'm thinking The Terror, I guess.
And I looked up The Evil again. I don't know why. But I had to click on Victor Buono, who plays the devil. Yeah. All right. And his picture on here, you're like, he does not look like a devil. Right.
What do I know him from?
Victor Buono, he played Fat Man in Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how derogatory is that? I'm like, you couldn't make me one of the apes.
Right.
I have to be Fat Man.
Exactly. We're all kind of big in these suits. He played fat, sweaty guy in Sea Hunt.
I was flipping through some of his stuff, and way down here, 1970 is a movie called Up Your Teddy Bear.
Ugh.
I had to click on it. It's a comedy fantasy romance. I'm sorry. I'm not going to talk about it much.
Thank you.
A toy store employee whose hobbies include making wooden toys and stalking women.
Huh.
That's how it
seems.
ends.
Yeah, I could see that.
And that had, for some reason, I got on Julie Newmar, and I don't know how. No, she is the toy company director, Julie Newmar.
I'd like to get on Julie Newmar. Oh, she's passed away. I'm sorry.
She is not.
She's still alive, really?
Yeah, she is 87, 88.
Wow.
Yeah. And I just flipped through a bunch of her stuff, and I said I was going to make this short. I can make this a lot longer. I'm not going to. 1985, Julie Newmar was in a movie called Evils of the Night, and it sounds great.
Yeah.
Vacationing teens are systematically kidnapped and taken to a strange rural hospital run by a mysterious group that needs their blood.
Kind of buried the lead there. Didn't realize there was going to be bloodletting.
This has Neville Brand.
Great.
Aldo Ray.
Oh, love him.
Tina Louise.
Okay.
John Carradine, yet again.
Man.
He's everywhere.
They just like ship him to different sets and just like unbox him and give him some brandy or something.
He was just a snack on during the shipment.
Yep.
But this is one that I think I'm going to be interested in checking out sometime. It looks like the Millennium Falcon is on the cover, by the way.
Haven't we watched something else that was, there was just a very clear ripoff of the Millennium Falcon?
All right. So that's all I wanted to say. Those were all my notes that I had. I wanted to go down a lot more stuff, but that was...
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I just took you down Jack Young's fun shit.
Yeah. Did we talk about the cover for The Evil is pretty good?
Yeah. I think I need to check it out because I remember it being boring. But
yeah, it looks boring.
I would love for it to change my mind.
Yep.
Anyway, balls in your court, Jason. Take us down your little yarn and let's get out of here.
Talking about dicks, talking about balls. Okay. So, like I've said before, when I choose the movie, I kind of like go into a meditative state and just sort of like eventually the next movie becomes clear to me.
Okay.
And this time I woke up this morning, made some coffee, ate a little Fiber One cereal, and I was watching Tubi. I was watching one of those free streaming services.
Okay. Can I just take this moment to say, Tubi, you can really benefit by hosting this show.
Oh, yes.
Tubi, we need a sponsor.
We bring them up at least
6 times an episode.
Yeah, for sure. Well, like I said, I'm pretty sure this was on Tubi. Right when I woke up, Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell started. Okay?
All right.
This is a Hammer film from the 70s.
Is this connected to The Brood?
Well,
or were you just watching that? That's what you woke up to?
That's what I woke up to.
Okay.
But you'll find that it is very easy because of one drunken lout to link to this. So I love Hammer films, which, that's just a production studio in London.
What year is Frankenstein?
74. Hammer Films goes back into, I want to say like the late 50s, but I could be wrong. But they definitely made 60s movies too. But it's all Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, Terrence Fisher wrote and directed a lot of them. But it's horror of Dracula, The Curse of Frankenstein. I mean,
Beautiful.
There's hundreds of these movies. Well, yeah, of course they went into the 50s. I think they did The Mummy.
Oh, yeah.
They did the version of The Hound of the Baskervilles that I always remember watching as a kid.
Awesome.
So I started thinking, Oliver Reed, you don't have to look very far into his credits to get to, like, Christopher Lee or
Alcohol.
Peter Cushing or whatever,
Alcohol abuse.
Alcohol abuse, just you name it. Vomit. He was a big fan of vomiting. But anyway, so I've been wanting to do if not a Hammer film, at least a horror movie from around that era, like the early 70s. The sets are awesome. The atmosphere is great. There's I mean, Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing.
Oh, yeah.
You can't go wrong. So, of course, I picked one of my favorite movies that might or might not be a Hammer movie. So you can either disregard everything I just said, or I will be proven right by next week.
I would hate to be proven right.
Yeah, of course. So that got me thinking. I've had this movie on my list for a long time. It's one of my absolute favorites. Long story short, Oliver Reed was in Curse of the Werewolf, which, it hurts me to say, is one of the best of the older werewolf movies. Have you ever seen it?
I don't think so. What year? There it is. 1961.
Yeah, it's a oldie.
Is that what we're watching next week?
Nope.
Oh, damn it. I didn't think you were going to go that old, but 1961.
Oh, wait.
Curse of the Werewolf.
I'm sorry.
The wrong one?
You might have to cut all this out. I was wrong. Sorry, I didn't write any of this down, by the way.
I couldn't tell.
It's not Curse of the Werewolf. Curse of the Werewolf is a Hammer movie, but I don't believe Peter Cushing is in it.
Not that I see.
God dang it.
Oh,
derailed the whole thing. Although Yvonne Romaine is the girl from the MST movie Devil Doll. So anyway.
All right.
But anyway, the next movie that I went to is not Curse of the Werewolf, it's Night Creatures.
Ooh, what year? 1962.
Which has Peter Cushing, Yvonne Romaine.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a couple other long-faced British gentlemen that I recognize.
Look at the mustache on Jack McGrowan. He plays the frightened man.
I think he's Zombie Einstein. That guy went as him for Halloween. Oh, he's the actor in The Exorcist.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not the actor, I'm sorry, the director of the show that she's in, the drunk guy that falls down the steps.
Wow.
He kind of looks like if you left Dudley Moore in the oven too long. Or took him out too early.
Yeah, he lived to the age of 54, so that picture we're looking at?
Yeah, that's about it.
That's 54? Holy crap. That's what alcoholism will do to you.
Yeah, maybe. It looks like Boris Karloff. Why is that his profile picture?
I don't know.
There's also a picture of him dressed like Hitler.
So we're looking at Peter Cushing, and we're doing Top Secret.
No, I wish though. I love it that that's the clip that is on his bio. is the beginning of Top Secret. It's so strange. I mean, Grand Moff Tarkin was probably his greatest role, but
no, it was definitely the bookstore proprietor in Top Secret.
Yeah, you're right. I love it. He takes the magnifying glass off of his eye, and his eye is still that big. No, but the movie is in the known for slot on his IMDb if you want to just, although it's in Spanish, because it's a Spanish film.
Okay.
We are going to watch Horror Express.
Horror Express, 1972.
Starring Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, Sylvia Tortosa.
Sure. Sounds like a dessert, yeah.
I love a little Tortosa. Sprinkle some Sylvia on the top of it. I don't see him in the top cast, which is bizarre, but it also has
Telly Savalas.
There, he's at the very end.
Bottom.
He plays a Cossack. He's got the huge hat, everything.
Oh, wow. As Captain Kazan.
I love this movie. Have you ever seen it?
I own it.
Okay, that's what you and I have watched it together,
I'm
right?
sure we have. That was a long time ago.
Well, yes, and the version that I have is probably this Euroshock collection. I think that's what it came in, was when we had those Mario Bava.
I still have them.
That box set. That's crazy.
I need a DVD player, but I have them.
Yeah, exactly. I'd have to buy a DVD player. It also made me think of, what was that Bava movie that we always used to watch?
Kill Baby Kill?
Kill Baby Kill. I thought, you know what? If I dig a little bit further, I can probably find Kill Baby Kill. But Horror Express popped up, so that's the one I want to watch.
Okay.
I got to say, the cheap cover art, I love the new cover art, but there is one that looks like Edgar Wright just stole it and the whole concept for Don't, the trailer for Grindhouse.
Right.
It's just people with white, bleeding eyes, and the story is insane. While traveling on the Trans-Siberian Express, an anthropologist and his rival must contain the threat posed by the former's cargo, a prehistoric ape, which is the host for a life form that is absorbing the minds of the passengers and crew. I mean, how fucking awesome does that sound?
It sounds insane.
And then it should say, and Telly Savalas dressed as a Cossack. It's directed by Eugenio Martin, which I looked him up. Well, I'll have some more stuff on him. It is a Spanish movie, but there are ties to Hammer films, so I've got to do some.
This seems very Hammeristic.
It is. It's all the same actors, but by next week, I swear I will
at least watch this film.
Shed a little, at least do the very least, which is watching this film.
Right.
But anyway, I love this movie and I want to talk about it.
All right. Awesome. So, do you have anything else to offer about The Brood?
No. Psychoplasmics, guys. Go out there and buy them.
Psychoplasmics.
I just bought 100 shares of Psychoplasmics.
All right. So next week we're going to watch Horror Express 1972. You said you found it on Tubi?
Yep. It's on Tubi. It's also on... It's on several different streaming platforms, and I want to say that each one is... like a different, not a different version, but just a different quality.
Okay. Has this ever been made into a 4K version?
I don't know. I know that I have like a remastered version of it that came out not too long ago, and it looks fucking awesome. So hopefully that's one of the versions that are available streaming.
Awesome. It also looks like it's on YouTube as well as, yes, like you said, Tubi. It looks like it's on Daily Motion as well.
Lots of options.
All right, Jason, let's shut this bitch down.
Okay.
Or you say, tell everybody where they can find us.
Just go to themoratorium.com on your computer.
Yeah, or your phone, or tablet, or...
Sit outside of Panera Bread in a black van with tinted windows. That's
how you do
primarily how I do it.
All right, guys. Now, as you already know, I have put the first 25 episodes of the Moratorium behind the paywall. Yes, I gave you plenty of time to go and listen to all of that. And now it is a Patreon exclusive. So if you want to hear the first 25 episodes of the Moratorium, plus all sorts of other shit that I put up there, like how about the director's cuts to all of our movie episodes? That's right, guys. For $3 a month on our Patreon, you can get exclusive content from the Moratorium. I cut at least 20 to 30 minutes out of every episode and save it just for our Patreon members. Now, the first 25 episodes are only available to our Patreon subscribers. So head on over, $3 a month. Chicken feed?
Yeah.
Can I say that? I've never purchased chicken feed. How much is chicken feed?
Guys, don't send us chicken feed.
Chicken feed is not a form of Tinder.
No. Although, if you get on Tinder, my screen name is Chicken Feed.
Awesome. All right, guys. Check us out on all the social medias. All right. Check us out on Facebook. We have our Facebook group going wild there. Twitter, Instagram. We are now doing TikTok videos. I'm actually putting some fun little stuff up on TikTok just because it's free, guys. Okay. I don't have any money to actually pay to advertise this podcast. So I'm taking all the chances I can to get us out there. Go check us out. Moratorium.com. You can find everything you need. I'm going to have links up to everything that I've talked about, the behind the scenes footage and the other stuff you'll find on our YouTube page, but I will have links up on our website as well.
You better.
All right, Jason, I think that's it. You got anything else to offer?
Nope.
All right, let's shut this bitch down.
Bye-bye.
Bye. You've been listening to The Yarn Wall, an MT Cornfield production. Tune in next week when we take on two horror giants as they track a killer and the missing link in Horror Express. If you have any movie suggestions or just want to tell us how much we really suck, you can contact us at moviemoratorium@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and long live VHS.
They said don't fold, spindle, or mutilate, and they did all three of them.